Chennai's hopes for a second airport have been grounded once again. The Vijay-led TVK government has announced that it is scrapping the proposed greenfield airport in Parandur. But in neighbouring Karnataka, Bengaluru's hopes for a second airport have taken off. Reports say the DK Shivkumar government is considering Harohalli as the site for the city's second airport. In Tamil Nadu, Industries Minister Nirmal Kumar said a significant portion of the land earmarked for the project was unsuitable for airport infrastructure. The TVK government has said that it will identify an alternative location for Chennai's second airport. The proposed airport project in Parandur is roughly 70 kilometers from Chennai. The project spans across 13 villages over an area of roughly 5,700 acres. The site was chosen by the previous DMK government. The site in Parandur was selected as it offers strategic connectivity with upcoming expressway and highways and is also close to industrial corridors. However, the project has witnessed relentless protests from local communities, farmers and environmentalists. Around 25% of the chosen site comprises of wetlands and water bodies. Experts say their destruction could lead to floods in Chennai. The proposed site also includes highly fertile agricultural land, leading to strong resistance from farmers. The project would involve relocating 1,000 families across 13 villages. During the assembly polls this year, Vijay had promised villagers in Parandur that he would scrap the project. However, the move has now put Chennai in a delicate position. The city's existing airport is expected to reach saturation by 2035. It currently handles around 2.3 crore passengers annually and is the sixth busiest airport in India. With the state emerging as India's leading hub for electronics exports and manufacturing, the surge in air cargo has put unsustainable strain on the existing airport. But in neighbouring Karnataka, the DK Shivkumar government seems to be moving ahead with the proposed second airport for Bengaluru. Reporters say Shivkumar chaired a meeting with senior officials to shortlist a site for the second airport. Reports suggest Harohalli, which falls within Shivkumar's Kanakapura constituency, is among the sites in discussion. Bengaluru's existing airport is expected to reach its maximum capacity by 2030-35. The airport handled a staggering 4.4 crore passengers in the last financial year. The existing airport is also far away from Bengaluru city limits. Tamil Nadu's push for an airport in Hosur, which is located just across the border with Karnataka, has also fast-tracked the push for a second airport. Developing a greenfield airport from scratch takes roughly 7 to 10 years. For both Chennai and Bengaluru, initiating the project now is key to ensuring a smooth transition.
Funding, this is not a solution. You are refunding 10-20,000. Can you give me 50,000 in the refund? I take that.
And now for more on this, WION's principal correspondent Siddharth MP is joining us live from Chennai. Siddharth, share briefly the contentions which led to the cancellation of the airport project.
If you're referring to the Parandur project, which was to come as a second airport for Chennai, the main issue has been that over the last couple of years, there's been protests that have been taking place both by local farmers and also by environmentalists. So they claim that huge tracts of agricultural land will have to be sacrificed for this particular project, and there are also vast water bodies that are present at that site. So this has been one of the major environmental concerns put forth, that all of this will have to be sacrificed for the sake of that new airport project. This has been the main concern that the environmentalist fraternity and the agriculturist fraternity has been putting forth. And in fact, TVK President Vijay, TVK Chief Vijay, when he was campaigning for the polls, had assured that he will not let the airport project take shape if his government comes to power. And that's exactly what happened. Vijay's government is in power now, and Chief Minister Vijay's government is giving all indications that it won't go ahead with the project. For context, the Energy Minister CTR Nirmal Kumar has been stating time and again that the project is not suitable for a runway. He goes on to mention that about 25% of the land in that particular site comprises water bodies, so it's not feasible as per experts to have a runway over there. But of course, this runs counter to what the government of India's entities say, because the government bodies, including the Airport Authority, the Ministry of Defence, and of course the DGCA, Directorate General of Civil Aviation, all of these entities have provided multiple levels of approvals for the project. And in fact, they've even agreed that 2 runways, which are about 4 kilometers long, can be built at the site. That's the kind of approval that the site has received. But the TVK government is firm that they will not allow the airport to be built there. Of course, they've not stated that in obvious terms after coming to power, but now they state that it is unsuitable for a runway operation or operating from that facility. And they also go on to add that they are not against development and they would prefer that this kind of a project take place at another site.
Right, but what options the Vijay government has now in terms of an alternative site?
That's absolutely the tricky part, because this is a new government that's come in, and such kind of a site selection would take a long time, because it's not just about selecting site, it's also about the feasibility of presenting an airport project over there. And the other aspect that remains to be considered is what is the kind of land availability in that region, how much of that land is readily available for procurement, and what is the kind of approval that the different government agencies will give for that new prospective site. So all of these projects, if we consider, would take about 7 to 10 years if everything falls in place. But now that a new site has to be scouted, thereafter multiple surveys would have to be conducted, and thereafter again procurement of land and other aspects need to be factored in, and then the whole process of approvals have to take place. So now there is no site in mind, and the biggest challenge is in and around Chennai, there are not too many parcels of land available, because one has to also consider that there are many defense airports and defense bases that are operating. So in conjunction with them, decisions have to be taken. And because of the presence of these defense airports, it's important to note that not too many parcels of land are available in and around Chennai, which is why the opposition parties like the BJP in Tamil Nadu have been urging the TVK government, saying either you go ahead with this project or you come up with an alternate site immediately, and don't waste the time and public's money, because this is this is something pertaining to the state's economic development and progress. It's about jobs and the state's economic growth. So the BJP is urging the TVK government to not delay this project and either go ahead with the existing project or find an alternative site and then get things going thereon.
Right, thanks Siddharth for all those developments.